Vladimir Putin, a name that evokes power, wealth, and unshakable control. But behind the cold, calculated gaze lies a web of secrets, stretching from the icy halls of the Kremlin to the golden corridors of billion-dollar palaces. In 2025, intelligence reports estimate his net worth anywhere between $70 billion and an astronomical $200 billion, placing him among the richest men on Earth. But how did a former KGB officer rise to become not just Russia's supreme leader, but also the silent oligarch behind some of the world's most opulent assets? And what lies hidden in his secretive car vault, reportedly filled with over 700 rare and armored vehicles? This is the untold story of Vladimir Putin's shadow empire, where politics, wealth, and fear intersect. Born on October 7, 1952 in Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin was the youngest of 3 sons. 2 of his brothers died in infancy, and young Vladimir grew up in a small communal apartment with his working-class parents. His father, a factory foreman and former soldier, had been wounded during World War II. The neighborhood was rough, and Putin had to learn to stand his ground early. He once said, "If a fight is inevitable, you must strike first." That mentality stayed with him for life. He developed a fascination with spy stories and martial arts in his youth, eventually earning a black belt in judo. After graduating from Leningrad State University with a law degree, he joined the KGB, launching a career that would quietly mold one of the most enigmatic leaders in modern history. Putin spent 16 years in the KGB, rising to the rank of lieutenant colonel. His intelligence work took him to East Germany, where he operated undercover. But when the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, so did the KGB's grip on power. Putin pivoted quickly. He joined the administration of St. Petersburg's mayor and later climbed the ranks in Moscow's corridors of power. In 1999, an ailing Boris Yeltsin appointed him prime minister. Within months, Yeltsin resigned, and Putin became acting president of Russia. He was relatively unknown to the global public, but inside Russia, the message was clear. A new czar had arrived. Since then, he has served as both president and prime minister in alternating cycles, extending his reign beyond 2 decades and rewriting the Russian constitution to potentially stay in power until 2036. That political consolidation would soon become the cornerstone of his vast financial empire. While Putin's political dominance is widely documented, his financial ascent is wrapped in secrecy. He doesn't own companies on paper. There are no massive bank accounts under his name. But analysts agree, Putin exercises de facto control over enormous swaths of Russia's economy. His close ties with oligarchs in energy, mining, and real estate sectors gave him unprecedented access to wealth. It's believed he receives stakes and kickbacks from multi-billion-dollar deals through a labyrinth of shell companies and trusted proxies. He is often linked to companies like Rosneft, oil, Gazprom, natural gas, and Norilsk nickel. While official records show nothing, leaks and investigations suggest otherwise. In 2021, the Pandora Papers exposed offshore accounts and luxury properties tied to Putin's inner circle. By 2025, expert estimates put his fortune somewhere between $70 billion and $200 billion, making him possibly the wealthiest man alive, richer even than Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. He's a billionaire without a bank statement, and that's perhaps the most dangerous kind. Let's talk about the crown jewel of Putin's hidden empire, the infamous Black Sea Palace. Nicknamed Putin's Palace, this sprawling 190,000 square foot estate is worth an estimated $1.4 billion. Equipped with a private theater, a casino, multiple pools, underground bunkers, and a full-size ice hockey rink. It's less a mansion and more a kingdom. The property is protected by a no-fly zone and a private security force, allegedly funded through secret state resources and oligarch donations. Beyond the palace, Putin's life is a study in paradox. Publicly austere, privately extravagant. He owns or controls access to a vast portfolio of luxury real estate across Russia and Europe. From forest compounds to urban penthouses, the list is endless. And then there are the yachts. Among them, Graceful, a 270-foot luxury yacht with its own spa, gym, and helipad. Olympia, gifted by Roman Abramovich, reportedly worth over $50 million. But if you want a peek into Putin's taste in luxury, look no further than his breathtaking car collection. It's believed that Putin owns or has access to over 700 vehicles. Here are just a few that stand out. Urus Senate Limousine, Russia's response to the Rolls-Royce. This bulletproof beast has a 4.4-liter V8 engine, 598 horsepower, and luxury interiors fit for a czar. Mercedes-Benz S600 Pullman Guard, the armored fortress on wheels, previously his official car, fully protected against explosions, bullets, and even chemical attacks. ZIL 41047, limousine, a Cold War classic, symbolic of Soviet power. Putin reportedly maintains multiple ZILs for nostalgic state ceremonies. 2005, Porsche 911 Turbo. Not just business, Putin also enjoys speed. This sleek, high-performance vehicle contrasts sharply with his public image. 1996 BMW Z, 3 Roadster, one of the few convertibles in his collection, a nod to Western engineering. 2007 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Putin is known to enjoy off-road expeditions in Siberia. This rugged Jeep is built for it. 2006 Mercedes-Benz R-Class, a luxury crossover SUV that blends comfort with control. Another piece in the jigsaw of understated wealth. GAZ Volga M24. A sentimental Soviet-era model, once common in government fleets. Putin is said to have preserved a few for private display. Lada Niva Legend, a rugged Russian classic. Custom modified with modern features, often used during rural escapades. Putin doesn't drive publicly due to strict security, but sources confirm he spends hours with his cars, occasionally testing them on private tracks. His collection isn't just about transportation. It's about identity, legacy, and projection of strength. Despite his global presence, Putin's personal life is shrouded in secrecy. He divorced his wife, Lyudmila, in 2013, and rumors have swirled about romantic ties with former gymnast Alina Kabaeva. However, the Kremlin neither confirms nor denies such reports. He has 2 confirmed daughters, Maria and Katerina, both of whom live largely out of the public eye. Their identities and whereabouts are strictly protected by the Russian state. Putin portrays himself as a nationalist, a defender of traditional Russian values. He champions the Orthodox Church, emphasizes military strength, and often promotes conservative social norms. He's also a man of rituals, martial arts training, horseback riding, cold water dips on Orthodox holidays. To his supporters, he's a symbol of stability. To his critics, a tyrant hiding behind power and propaganda. From a modest apartment in Leningrad to billion-dollar palaces, fleets of armored limousines, and unimaginable global influence, Vladimir Putin's journey is unlike any other. Is he a patriot, a billionaire in disguise, or simply the most strategic chess player of the 21st century? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Which part of Putin's story shocked you the most? The palace, the fortune, or the 700 cars? If you enjoyed this deep dive, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new episode. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.